Hello my friends, and welcome back to Soda Pop Crafts. I do have a pattern test I'm working on, and since she's already released the pattern, I'm just gonna let you know that it is this cute little elephant. I'm just working on assembly. So I've got the head and the body, the ears, tail, I don't think I can hold everything, and eyes. So I think I'm just gonna work on assembling this. My son is getting off the bus in like 20 minutes, so I don't know if we'll be able to finish it. My youngest has been also extra needy today, so I've been working on this for a lot of the morning, but he keeps coming in and getting on my lap. So he's currently napping, so I don't have a huge window of time. But I would like to finish this at least, and then I have a couple other things that I need to work on, but we will get there a little later. So now I just need to decide placement, because the pattern just says sew ears on the side of the head, sew eyes on either side of the trunk. The legs are identical, so there's no fixed front or back. Choose one side before attaching the head. Place a stitch marker at the chosen front to help you with positioning. Sew the head to the body, sew the tail to the bottom, shape the trunk, and then that should be it. So then I can take some pictures and send them to her. She has her ears really far forward on the image. I think I'm gonna do my ears a little farther back. Maybe I should do the eyes first, and then that can help me determine where I want it. I think I'm the only pattern tester to do a pink elephant, because some of the pattern testing stuff that she has shared has been other gray elephants. So I am going to start with attaching, and I am watching the rest of Passionate Kelsey's video, and then I have a limited series I started watching on Hulu last night, so I'm probably just gonna watch some things while I assemble, and then pick up my son in a few minutes. So hang out, get out your project, work with me, and we will go from there. son is gonna be dropped off in like 6 minutes. I still have this half of the ear. The ears are giving me a really hard time. So I think I'm gonna go pick up my son, finish this ear, and then I will check back in when I start on the other things. Also, this ear is not lining up with the other one, so I might just rip it, and I'm not sure why I felt the need to start my stitch in the middle of the ear. So we might undo that and redo it. But I don't have time to frog this and be on time to the bus. So I'm gonna go pick him up, get him settled, get this ear situated, and then I will be back. Okay, sorry. Things went a little haywire at bus pickup and the hair's up. So we are back at it. My oldest got into a disagreement with somebody on the bus that we've known since preschool, so we went over to their house to talk to them, figure out, get to the bottom of it. And then while we were doing that, my toddlers decided that they wanted mom because they woke up and they wanted me, so they went outside and looked for me while I was at the neighbor's house. So I called some family members that could talk me down a little because I was spiraling a little bit. But while we did that, I fixed the ear and I got the eyes. It is not the best placement, but you know, we love a little wonky elephant. So now I just need to attach the head and the tail. So I think we'll probably do the head first because that will determine the tail placement. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how to attach the head because there's no tail for sewing. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, I wish I had like one of those long pins for amigurumi that I could stick through it so that it would hold it in place, because I'm worried that it's gonna get wonky. I don't know. I really could just like hold on to it and go from there. So maybe we'll just try that. If that doesn't work, then we do some other creative problem solving. But for right now, we'll just hold the head in place. But first I have to get some yarn. This yarn is what I used. Loops and Threads, Silk Soft rayon from Bamboo. It's a 3-weight. And I used up quite a lot of it, but not enough to really use the full skein. And I don't think there's enough left to make another one. So I will use, I was actually thinking this would be really cute bandana, but I'm not pumped to jump back into another small project. My hands hurt. So honestly, after this, I think I might do some sewing because my hands hurt. I know I have a goal to like use up a bunch of yarn, but for right now, your girl's hands be hurting. So I think we're gonna take a quick break on that. I think what I'll do, I'm gonna do, attach it in the middle so that I don't have to worry about hiding a knot. I'll attach it in the middle where I want the head to sit, and then I will go up through the head out to the side and start stitching that way. It'll hide the tail really well. So the tail of the yarn, not the tail of the elephant, will still get there, but then I don't have to worry about trying to secure it inside of the amigurumi. Or so I just tied it where I want the head to sit, and I can even, I did like 3 knots, so I can even trim this shorter. But we'll put the head right on top, put it through. I don't know where Woody's hat is. Can you go look?
Mom, you're crocheting an elephant?
I am crocheting an elephant. So we'll sit the head right on top of the knot, go up through the head and then come out to like where the neck is and attach.
Not me.
Sorry about that. My toddler came in and was wanting me to help him find Woody's hat, but Woody's hat has been missing for a while. Almost a year probably. And I gave up on hunting for a long time because nobody was helping me look. So if he wants to help me look, we can definitely do a manhunt. But I'm not going to be the only one that does all the looking. So he's just going to remain hidden. I have a feeling he's probably... I've looked a lot of places for him for the hat over the course of him being missing. And I think he's probably like somewhere that my toddler just didn't even think twice and like put him in a cupboard or something. Although I feel like I would have come across him if that was the case. It maybe ended up in the garbage from my toddler or like left at someone else's house, or it could be under my bed, but there's a bit of storage under my bed. Like we have a marble track that my kids don't get to play with all the time. We have some blankets. I'm trying to think what else is under there. Not very much, but enough where it's like kind of a hassle to figure out if we can clear it out enough to find it. And if it was lost under our bed, it's at the head of our bed, which of course is the hardest to get to because there's nightstands in the way and there's all the other stuff that's under the bed. So what I'm thinking is because I've kind of got spring fever and I want a deep clean anyway, I will probably take... All right. She leans a little, but I think I'm going to go around and do another row to secure it. And maybe she'll just lean a little. I think it's cute. If I had the proper tools, this wouldn't be as big of a deal, but that's okay. We work with what we've got. We don't need to buy more craft supplies as much as I would like. Anyway, so I would like to one day like send my kids to my mom's house and do like carpet shampooing, and if we could do, you know, lift my mattress up and do at least some deep vacuuming and stuff under the bed, I feel like that would help my husband's allergies a lot. So I think I will end up checking there in the next week or two whenever we get a nice weather day that grandma's home. And then if his hat's not under there, I don't know, bud. We're gonna have to move out before we find him probably. But it is like one of his favorite toys. And my mom has the same Woody with a hat at her house, so it's fine. He still gets to play with Woody with a hat. And I looked on Amazon and there's a bunch of different little like party cowboy hat packs. I would just have to find one that's the right measurements, or my husband could 3D print one at work. So that's not the end of the world to just be missing the hat. His birthday's also coming up this weekend, so if he gets a replacement Woody for his birthday from somebody, that just saves me an extra purchase or worry. Okay, we're about halfway around again. Securing it is definitely a good idea. She's not near as wobbly. So this is the part of amigurumi that a lot of people don't like, is sewing the pieces together. And granted, I don't love connecting heads to bodies because it is a little bit trickier to get it right. But a lot of the things I've made in the past have been like little ducks where you just connect the beak or the wings or the feet. And those are a lot easier to sew on, and I don't mind sewing them as much. but this one has been a bit trickier. It's a little bit harder to get it even. It's a little bit harder to get it to sit right and to be secure because it's a very heavy piece in comparison. So, but it's fine. It's for a pattern test. I am sending her the pictures after this, and then my kids will get to play with it, and you know, she may survive, she may not. But I did say I was going to let you know who the designer was. It is Dancing Donkeys Crochet, I think. Dancing Donkeys something. Let me look. Dancing Donkeys Designs, maybe? Just Dancing Donkey. I think her Etsy, let me check her profile. I can link it below. But yeah, it's Dancing Donkey Design at Etsy.com. And so she does a lot of amigurumi. This is my first pattern test for her. She's been lovely to work with. And she's been posting all of her tester photos the last few days. This was technically due Monday. But like I said, we had a family emergency over the weekend with my dog. So we wanted to make sure that she was okay, and I did get a little bit of crocheting done, but my priority was my sweet girl. So she was very understanding and said, just get it to me, get it to her when I can. I messaged her again last night to clarify a question about the eyes and like the yarn weight that she wanted. And then now I'm just assembling, and then we'll take some pictures. It's an overcast day, which is nice for pictures. So we'll get a few good ones and then pass them along. And then I have a couple sewing projects and a couple crochet projects. I do have another quick little pattern test. I don't know. I don't think she'll have an issue with me posting it on my YouTube, but I don't want to like post it pre her releasing the pattern, so I probably won't film that one, or at least not include it in this video until after she publishes the pattern. But this is a designer I've worked with a few times, and she is also very lovely and is very happy to let her pattern testers work with like using her patterns in markets or in various other things. Her head is so crooked, but I love it. She's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. Her eyes being wonky in her head. Her eyes in the pattern picture, her eyes are definitely supposed to be larger, but I didn't have the 3-weight yarn, and I thought that worsted weight would be too big, so I used crochet thread, and her little wonky eyes are so cute. So that's what we're doing. I don't know why my computer is stalling a little bit because we just swapped our internet for the apartment internet for our own internet, so we're figuring that out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna tuck one more time. I want to make sure her head is nice and secure. I definitely cut too long of yarn, but it's always better to have too much than not enough when you're sewing amigurumi, because I wasn't expecting to go around the neck twice, and then I did. So very helpful. Now we just get to attach her little tail, and then she'll be done. Okay, we are finishing up the tail. Got it attached, just gotta trim the threads. And there we have it, a cute little wonky adorable elephant. Stay tuned. I think I'm gonna try and get another project done in this video. I think I'm gonna do some sewing because this little girl was rough on my hands. So I will be back. Thanks. Hi guys. Thanks for being patient with me. It's been a few days. We had a crazy weekend with my son's birthday, all sorts of other things. So I am getting back to finishing up this vlog. I did get out my serger and my sewing machine. So we're going to be doing some sewing for the rest of this vlog. I have a friend who's having a baby any day, and I promised her some burp rags and some other little things. So we're going to work on that. I probably won't do much monologuing. Maybe I'll do a voiceover, but just sit back, relax, work on your own projects, and I'll see you in the outro. Bye. Okay friends, that is all I have for this vlog. Thank you for joining me on my disjointed crafting journey. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!